What I'm about to show you happened in Michigan, but it can happen in your state too, especially if you also may have participated in the pro-Palestinian protest. The FBI raided homes in Michigan of protesters. These individuals are not immigrants. They're not international students. This is insane. We're going to start with the news clip that came out of Detroit, and then we're going to show that actual raid courtesy of Status Quo. Let's go ahead and get into this, folks.
The Ypsilanti, where 4 people were briefly detained when the FBI raided a home this morning. The Michigan Attorney General's office says warrants were also executed in Ann Arbor and Canton, but they're being tight-lipped about the reason behind them all. Our Jack Springate is trying to find those answers. He joins us from Ypsilanti with the latest.
Well, an advocacy group that was central in Gaza war protests at the University of Michigan campus claims these raids targeted pro-Palestinian protesters, and they made those claims just as quickly as they rallied to this very spot to support them. Dana Nessel's office confirmed federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies were involved in this operation, but ICE wasn't one of them. They told me over the phone that these were search warrants, while 4 people were put in handcuffs at this Ypsilanti residence. The AG...
Pause. Ypsilanti residents, 4 briefly detained in FBI raid. So again, I just want to explain to everybody, this is not an ICE situation. ICE had nothing to do with this. This was the FBI. And you know who gave the okay? The Attorney General of Michigan. The same Attorney General that said Rashida Tlaib was being anti-Semitic, because Rashida Tlaib supported the pro-Palestinian protest. Does everybody see what's going on here? Let's continue.
They told me over the phone that these were search warrants, while 4 people were put in handcuffs at this Ypsilanti residence. The AG's office says law enforcement released them within 15 minutes, and they were never under arrest. Tahrir Coalition claimed in a statement that these searches were carried out against Gaza war protesters, and that 2 other people were detained and then released during a search in Ann Arbor. They claimed law enforcement took electronics and personal belongings from both searches while also questioning the people who lived there. A group quickly gathered outside the Ypsilanti raid, responding to a social media call for action by Tahrir Coalition and Safe Umish. The Ypsilanti Police Department issued a statement saying they were on scene for crowd control. The Ann Arbor Police Department also wrote that they were involved and that the investigation is related to reported crimes that were committed in Ann Arbor. Both agencies reiterated that immigration enforcement was not involved.
Pause. Local police involved. So the FBI, you don't contact the FBI for little things. They're really trying to intimidate people. They're really trying to silence people. I'm telling you guys, for real. This is their way of trying to scare you from participating in protests. Because now this sends a message, oh, they may have your name on a list somewhere. You have a right to protest. You have a right. You're supposed to have a right to free speech in this country. You're supposed to have a right to free press. But this is intimidation. Do you think the people who lived in that house, you think they feel comfortable participating in another protest now? Wait till you hear what the Attorney General said here. Let's go back a little bit.
Was not involved. The AG's office told me just moments ago that these search warrants were not related to protest activity or the Diag encampment at the University of Michigan. Now, the raid here in Ypsilanti, it happened just south.
Let's go back to her statement, because he didn't read the whole thing. Our search warrants were not related to protest activity on campus of the University of Michigan, nor the Diag encampment. Today's search warrants are in furtherance of our investigation into multi-jurisdictional acts of vandalism. Stop, flag on the play. What do you think the vandalism acts are about? Okay. So first of all, you don't call in the FBI for vandalism. Vandalism can be spray painting the side of a building or something like that, which happens in I would say all major cities. Do you see the people the attorney general call in the FBI for vandalism? And they just happen to target a house of pro-Palestinian protesters. Are you freaking kidding me? It's so obvious what is happening here. The same attorney general who said that Rashida Tlaib was anti-Semitic. Do you guys not remember this? That Rashida Tlaib had to issue some type of apology statement because the woman said her words were anti-Semitic because she criticized the state of Israel. We all know what this is about. This is a police state. It's not just cop city. This is straight up terror at home coming from organizations like the FBI. How do you just bust through somebody's house and they're not arrested, by the way? They were not arrested, which means there's no wrongdoing. They found nothing wrong. That was an intimidation tactic. This woman got to go. I don't understand how she got elected in the first damn place, but it's very clear what they are trying to do, and everybody needs to stand up against it. This time it's Michigan. Next time it could be your state. She's intimidating these people. I ain't never seen no attorney general call in the FBI for vandalism. Then they don't even tell you what the vandalism was. These things happen all the time, especially University of Michigan college campus. There's vandalism at college campuses all the time. I know, I went to college. I taught at college. You don't see anybody call in the FBI for that.
Were not related to protest activity or the Diag encampment at the University of Michigan. Now, the raid here in Ypsilanti, it happened just south of Eastern Michigan University. It's unclear right now whether those who were living here are students at the university, but according to a couple neighbors that I spoke to who didn't want to go on camera, they say this is a common street for off-campus living. For now,
it doesn't matter if they were students or not. She came into the house. They sent the FBI through the house. And let me show you what that actually looked like. Okay. This is how you respond to so-called acts of vandalism. So shout out to Status Quo for this. We obtained video of an FBI raid of a pro-Palestinian student activist from the University of Michigan. Several other students' homes were raided too. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel, who has previously targeted other pro-Palestinian student activists, issued the search warrants. Check this out.
No search warrant was provided.
All this for Israel. Nobody in this home is accused of murder. None of that. None of that. So according to Attorney General Nessel, this is the response to so-called vandalism, which you had no proof of. These people were not arrested. These people were innocent. Every single one of them should sue. All of them. I'm serious, guys. I'm not playing around. The response has got to be lawsuits from now on, because it seems like the only thing all these people in power, it seems like the only thing they understand is money. So the response needs to be lawsuits. It's not enough just to have videos. You got to start suing them. You got to start suing. Rather, the attorney general, you need to sue her. Wait till you see the rest.
Show me your hands out. Hands up.
Back this way. You got a bunch of stuff. You got some milk crates for what? Fucking poster making?
Some paint! It's fucking paint! Oh my god! Spray paint! Wow!
How much are we paying you for that?
You guys gonna paint some pictures? Spray paint!
Oh no.
Or they making areas.
The FBI comes in to take spray paint. I hope that everyone sees this for what it really is. This is absolutely insane. Insane. Don't you have serial killers somewhere that you need to catch?
Yeah, you gotta put that paint away real quick. That's what you found was paint. You found paint.
It's on the wrong car. Paint on shit.
There's also envelopes. The first one they had was envelopes. There was like papers, like paper and flyers, like a yellow padded, manila envelopes that like mailing stuff.
You think they would have covered stuff up?
I don't think they know what art is.
Again, you also see here state police. I don't think they know what art is. I think this one looks like she's about to take a pee on the back.
I think this one looks like she's about to take a pee on the back.
On a day-to-day basis, that's just state art, and it's like
Make sure you protect that paint. Let's get the license plate of this guy.
This cop's punish or patch. What are you punishing? Little 18-year-olds with little twig arms? You're real tough.
The blue line.
Oh, yeah, the thin blue line. Oh,
that means that everything they've seen here.
Oh. We have a Canada police secure the perimeter.
I want to know who's going to pay for that door. If you're just joining, by the way, no one was arrested because they're not guilty of anything. They're just terrorizing people who have been protesting, right? You bring in the state police, you bring the FBI to grab paint.
Oh, they got more stuff.
A bunch of unmarked vehicles.
That's the crowbar they brought.
Didn't get to use it on the windows. Not too bad.
They just got to use it on the door.
They're going to use it on an immigrant later.
Yeah. We remember this one tattoo right here. This one's tattoo on her arm.
Yeah, you do care.
You should quit your job.
Yeah, you fucking do care.
You should quit your job if you want to be a good person. You're going to be separating families next?
Oh, they're doing it now. This is what it is. This is just part of the whole thing.
Oh, that's what they like to do, huh?
This is a practice.
Look at them.
There's the drill. Y'all are running a drill. Do much worse shit. If y'all get to go down to El Salvador and kill some people. Dude. Oh.
And my thing is, don't hide your face. You busted up through their house. So if you just joined, this is how they broke in through the door. Again, FBI and police raid homes of Michigan pro-Palestine activists. Watch that.
No search warrant was provided.
Show me your hands now. Hands up.
Was that necessary? Ladies and gentlemen, was that necessary? No, it wasn't necessary at all. Now, I want to point something out because this video is pretty viral on X. Remember under Biden's presidency, all the people who said defund the FBI? One of the most loudest critics of the FBI at that point in time was Marjorie Taylor Greene. Just to remind you, Marjorie Taylor Greene called out for warning of terrorism while peddling defund the FBI t-shirts. You guys remember this? Check this out. I'm gonna make this smaller so you can hear him. Sorry. Well, Well, if you can't hear him, I'm sorry. I don't know why the volume doesn't work now. It did earlier. But anyway, what he says in this video is, it is pretty rich hearing the gentle woman from Georgia express her concern about terrorism when she was literally selling defund the FBI t-shirts and hats on her website for $30 a piece. That came from a Rhode Island Democrat. This part right here, I just want to remind you guys of this. Remember when Marjorie Taylor Greene was doing this, when she was saying defund the FBI? Does everybody remember this under Biden administration? And many more people were like, yeah, let's get rid of the FBI. Remember all that? Remember when Biden was still president? There were a number of people saying defund the FBI, and some of them being conservatives because they were following Marjorie Taylor Greene's lead and stuff like that. And I actually support, get rid of the FBI. Well, what are they doing? They're supposed to be out there trying to catch serial killers. They're busting down a door of a protester's home who they couldn't even arrest because they didn't have a legitimate reason to even arrest them, just terrorizing people, right? Okay, where are all those people now? Why are all the people who were vocal about defunding the FBI under Biden's administration, why are they so quiet now? Because I got to tell you, I haven't heard anything. All these things that have been going on, I ain't hear anything from Marjorie Taylor Greene or any of these other conservatives that were saying defund the FBI under Biden. Now that Donald Trump is in office, now all of a sudden, this isn't important. This is the problem with partisan politics. Now, I said, take the good with the bad. Like, I actually agreed with that. I agreed with them saying defund the FBI. I was like, yeah, they don't really do. All they do is terrorize people. They killed revolutionary leaders in this country. They're harassing kids. The bad part is that people have gone, they're in their partisan silos. And so when these things happen under the administration that they voted for and supported, now they're silent. So if you supported defunding the FBI when Biden was president, you should still support it when Trump is president. I am very concerned about the state of this country. I'm very concerned about people the FBI trying to intimidate protesters. That's really what this is about people losing their freedoms, their privacy. Now you got time to break down a door for these kids who participated in a protest. By the way, they couldn't connect them to any vandalism. That's why they didn't arrest them. But you don't have time to catch serial killers. I got to watch documentaries about people who aren't even a part of the FBI solving these crimes. It's a waste of resources. Hey guys, this was a Sabby clip. If you like what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe.